Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. I am feeling really focused today.
Me too. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go.
Good. Because we're talking about something that I think affects every single one of us, especially, our listeners who are trying to learn a new skill like English.
Oh, yeah. I think this topic is going to give everyone who listens a huge, an immediate boost of energy.
Mhm.
You know that feeling when you realize the solution to a huge problem is actually really simple. I love that moment.
I love that too. And that moment is exactly what we're diving into today.
Mhm.
Because we look at successful people or people who've totally transformed their lives, and we think, what's their secret?
Right. What did they do? Did they just wake up one day and make one massive, perfect decision?
Exactly. Like the person who is suddenly fluent in English or suddenly running a business, we think they just flipped a switch.
Yeah, that's what it looks like from the outside.
So the question for today is, why does it feel like some people completely turn their lives around while
Yeah.
while the rest of us feel stuck?
Just stuck, waiting for that perfect day or the perfect motivation to hit.
Right. And when you look into it, you realize the answer is it's the total opposite of what we expect.
It's not about luck. It's not about one huge choice. It's about all those tiny, consistent, sometimes invisible little changes we make every single day.
Mm-hmm. And I immediately thought about learning English. When you, our listener, first started, it felt just huge, overwhelming.
Oh, totally. Like you had to learn 1,000 words, 1,000 rules all at once. It feels impossible just to, order a coffee without being terrified.
Yes. But then, little by little, word by word, things start to make sense.
And that progress didn't come from one massive 12-hour study day.
No, it was because you showed up for 5 minutes or 10 minutes every single day. That's the key.
It's consistency, not intensity. And
Yeah.
that is the secret to life change, too. It's the power of small steps.
And we're going to show you exactly how to apply what we're calling the 1% rule for language and for life. How those tiny little adjustments lead to huge results.
Yep. But before we get into all that, we have a quick, tiny favor to ask.
We do.
If you're enjoying this deep dive, if you're getting something out of it, please just hit that subscribe button and give us a like. It really, really helps us out.
It does. And maybe share this deep dive with that one friend. The one who always says, I just have no time.
Or, I'm waiting for the perfect day to start.
Yes, this is for them.
Okay, so let's define this. The difference between looking for a huge, sudden change versus that slow, gradual progress.
Right. Yeah, let's use a metaphor. Think about your English fluency.
Mhm.
At the start, you want to be 100% fluent, like tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. The instant result.
And that's like trying to fill a swimming pool with one giant bucket. You
Are-
throw all the water in, you get exhausted, and then you just give up. It's not sustainable.
No way. You burn out.
Exactly. But the 1% way is to use a tiny dropper, one drop of water at a time.
Okay.
Each drop is so small, it feels like nothing. Maybe you learned one new phrase, or you listened to 1 minute of a conversation.
That feels very realistic.
It is. And each drop feels unimportant by itself. But if you add one drop every single day, eventually that pool fills up. The power is in the compounding.
I love that image. It's not just about what you know, it's about building the habit, the mindset. We have to stop expecting everything to be perfect right away.
Exactly. So now that we've set the scene, let's look at why this is so important. Let's break down what usually stops us from even starting.
Yeah, let's get into the barriers. Why we all get stuck.
I think. We all love the idea of change, don't we? A fresh start, a New Year's resolution.
Oh, for sure. The new notebook energy, it feels great.
But most people give up on their goals pretty quickly. And the reason is, deep down, change is just hard, and our brains love comfort.
They do. So let's talk about the big four, the four things that keep us stuck.
Okay, barrier number one.
Yeah.
This is maybe the biggest progress killer in language learning. It's the fear of failure.
Ah, the classic. That voice that asks, what if I try and I fail? What if I look stupid?
Yes, that fear just paralyzes you, especially with language. You're so worried you'll say a word wrong or use the wrong grammar.
Or accidentally say something rude.
Right. So what do? You stop speaking. You avoid practicing.
And that's the trap. Because you think you need to be perfect before you start, but the only way to get better is by, practicing imperfectly.
We have to flip that question. Instead of, what if I fail?
Yeah.
What if we
perfect.
ask, what if I succeed?
I like that.
Every fluent speaker, every successful person, they've all failed. Probably hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But they just kept going.
It's like a baby learning to walk. They fall down all the time. They don't just lie there and think, well, I guess walking isn't for me. They just get up again. We lose that as adults.
We really do.
Hmm.
Okay, so that leads to barrier number 2, lack of direction, or what we can call the perfect plan trap.
Oh, I know this one so well. This is analysis paralysis.
Yes.
You want to learn English, so you spend the next 3 months researching the perfect app, the perfect textbook, the perfect time of day to study.
And you make a 50-page master plan.
Yeah.
You feel really busy,
Yeah.
right? Because you're planning, but you haven't actually done anything.
You confuse planning with progress.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for that perfect plan, but guess what? It doesn't exist.
It never does.
I love this analogy of driving at night. You can only see as far as your headlights.
Right.
But you can make the entire journey that way. You don't need to see the final destination, just the next few feet.
That is a perfect picture of it. Just learn the next 5 words. Don't worry about the whole dictionary.
Exactly. Imperfect action.
Okay, so then we have barrier number 3. This one is tough.
Yeah.
It's negative self-talk.
Ugh. The little voice in your head.
Yeah.
The inner critic.
Yes. The one that whispers things like, I'll never be good at this, or I'm just not a language person.
My accent is too thick. I sound stupid when I can't roll my R's. All that stuff.
And those thoughts are so destructive because they program your brain to look for proof that you're right.
Totally. You say 100 things right and 1 thing wrong, and what does your brain focus on?
The one mistake every time. It just drains your energy before you even start.
It really does.
And that brings us to the last one. Barrier number 4, which is the waiting game. Waiting for motivation.
This is the biggest one for me. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll practice speaking when I feel more confident.
We wait for that magical feeling, that rush of motivation. But it's so fleeting. It comes and goes.
And here is the big secret. The thing everyone needs to write down.
What is it?
Motivation comes after action, not before.
Yes, 100 times yes. You don't wait to feel good to start. You start, and the act of starting makes you feel good.
That's where the motivation comes from that tiny little win.
I used to do this with writing. I'd wait for the perfect inspired morning. I'd clean my desk, make coffee, check my email.
Just waiting for the inspiration to strike. Did it ever?
Never. Not until I forced myself to just write one really bad paragraph.
Ah, the terrible first draft.
Exactly. And once I had something on the page, even if it was bad, the momentum started. The energy followed the action.
That is the core lesson. So once you see these barriers, the fear, the planning, the negative voice, the waiting, you can start to build a system to get around them.
Okay, so we've seen the traps. Now let's talk solutions. Let's get into the 5 practical tips for making those tiny daily improvements.
Let's do it. Tip number 1 is the foundation of all of this. It's the 1% rule. We call it compounding effort.
I like that. Or the tiny lever, because something small can move something really big.
That's a good one.
We always overestimate what we can do in a day, but we totally underestimate what we can do in a year.
Yes. And the math here is just, it's mind-blowing. If you get just 1% better every single day after 1 year, you're not just a little better, you are 37 times better.
37 times. That number comes from compounding. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill.
Okay, explain that.
Well, it starts tiny, just a little ball of snow. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow. And then the next roll is bigger, so it picks up even more snow.
The growth gets faster and faster over time.
Exactly. And the opposite is true too, which is kind of scary. If you get 1% worse every day, by the end of the year, you're basically back at 0.
Whoa. So small bits of neglect really add up.
They do. So what does 1% look like in real life? It has to be small. It has to be sustainable.
So for learning English, 1% could be learning 2 new vocabulary words, not 50, just 2.
Or listening to a 1-minute podcast clip while you brush your teeth.
I had a friend who wanted to start journaling in English. Her 1% rule was just to write 1 sentence a day.
That's perfect.
It's like, today I ate a good sandwich. That was it. But she did it every day. She built the identity of someone who writes in English.
That's the key. Consistency over intensity.
So what happens if you miss a day? You know, life happens, you get sick.
That's the beauty of it. It's not about being perfect. If you miss a day, you don't panic and quit. You just start your 1% again the next day.
So you just get back on the snowball.
Exactly. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for just showing up.
All right, I love that. So what's tip number 2?
Okay, so action is important, but where we focus, our mind is just as critical. So tip 2 is the focus finder, or training your mindset muscle.
Okay, mindset muscle. I like that. This gets back to that negative self-talk we mentioned.
It does. We need to talk about a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. the RAS.
The RAS sounds technical.
It's actually simple. Think of it like a filter or a security guard for your brain. It decides what information gets your attention.
So if you tell the security guard, I'm terrible at grammar, what does it do?
It says, okay, boss, priority 1. Find all the evidence that proves you are terrible at grammar.
And it does. You could get 99 sentences right and one wrong.
And the RAS puts a giant spotlight on that one mistake. It makes you feel like a total failure.
Like you can change its instructions.
You can reprogram it.
Yeah.
If you start saying, I am getting better at English every day, the security guard changes its mission. It starts looking for proof of your progress.
You start noticing the small wins, the sentence you got right,
Yeah.
the new word you used correctly.
Exactly. So how do we actually do this reprogramming? There are 3 simple ways.
Okay, lay 'em on me.
First, affirmations. And this isn't just fluffy stuff. It's practical. And you have to say them in the present tense.
So not I will be good at English.
Right. Say, I am becoming more confident with my English. That tells your brain it's already happening.
I like that. I am becoming. That feels true.
Second is visualization. Actually see yourself succeeding. Imagine having a smooth, confident conversation in English.
Like really imagine it. What does the room smell like? How do you feel?
Yes, the more real it feels, the more your brain believes it's possible. You're rehearsing success.
So you're building confidence before you even do the thing.
You are. And third, and this is so important, is a gratitude practice. Every night, write down 3 things that went well that day,
No matter how small.
no matter how small. Maybe you understood a line in a movie, or you didn't hesitate before speaking.
This forces your brain to hunt for the good stuff.
It retrains your focus minder. It shifts your whole perspective from what went wrong to what went right. And that's a huge 1% boost.
Okay, I'm sold. Tip 3. Let's smash through that paralysis problem.
Tip 3 is done is better than perfect. We call this imperfect action.
Yes. This is the direct cure for the fear of failure. We wait and wait because we want everything to be just right.
And the big secret here is that progress comes before confidence.
Say that again? That's important.
Progress comes before confidence.
Oh.
You don't get confident and then act. You act imperfectly, and that action is what builds your confidence.
It's so true. I was so scared to speak on the phone in English when I was learning. I hesitated all the time.
What were you afraid of?
I was making a mistake. Sounding stupid. I remember I had to call to change a reservation, and I put it off for days.
And then what happened?
I finally just did it, and my English was clumsy. It was bad. I think I confused the word reservation with resurrection.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the person on the phone was very confused. But you know what? The world didn't end. They kindly corrected me. The problem got solved, and the feeling of success after that embarrassing mistake was so much bigger than the fear before it.
That is a perfect example. The shame we imagine is always worse than the reality.
Always. Just start. Imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction.
Okay, tip number 4 looks at something outside of ourselves. It's about our environment. We call it the 5 people effect.
Or your average 5. I love this idea.
It's based on that famous saying, right? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
And it's so true. If those 5 people are negative, if they complain all the time, it is almost impossible for you to stay positive and motivated.
Their energy will just rub off on you. It drains your battery.
But here's the question. You can't always just, cut out your family or your coworkers if they're negative. So what do?
That's a great point. It's not about cutting people off. It's about managing your exposure and building a positive counter environment.
Okay, what does that look like?
Well, first, you have to deliberately add positive inputs. If you have to spend time with negative people, make sure you're also listening to positive podcasts, like this one,
Nice one.
or joining an online English learning group, or following inspiring people on social media. You're balancing the scales.
You're curating your information diet.
Exactly. Be ruthless with it. If scrolling through the news makes you anxious, limit it. Unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself.
That's taking control of your mental space.
You have to. And when you're with a negative person, you can practice what's called polite detachment. You listen, you nod, but you don't absorb their negativity.
You don't have to take it on. It's their stuff, not yours.
Right. Change your environment, and your habits will just naturally start to change too.
Okay, final tip. Let's bring it all home.
Tip number 5 is the summary of everything. It's choose today, or the momentum starter.
This is the call to action. Because we can talk about all these great ideas, but if you listen to this and say, cool, I'll start on Monday.
Yeah.
You've already lost.
you've lost the momentum. Procrastination is the enemy. The cycle has to be broken today.
So here's the challenge for you, listening right now. Think of that one thing you've been putting off.
Maybe it's practicing your pronunciation for 5 minutes. Maybe it's sending that email in English you've been dreading.
Take one small step. Not tomorrow. Right now. Today.
That single action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. And that's the whole cycle.
Just open the book. Write one sentence. Start now.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do our vocabulary corner. We use some really powerful words today.
Yeah, and knowing these words helps you think and talk about your own progress. So let's quickly go through 7 of them.
The first word, transformation.
Transformation. That's a big, complete change in something. It's the end goal, but we get there with tiny steps.
A good sentence would be, the daily habit of reading was responsible for the incredible transformation in her confidence.
Nice. Number 2, compounding.
Compounding. This is when growth builds on itself.
Yeah.
Like interest in a bank account. It starts small and then gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster.
Example. Trust the compounding effect of your daily 1% effort.
Perfect. Number 3 is fixed mindset.
A fixed mindset. This is the belief that your abilities are, well, fixed. You're either good at something or you're not.
For example,
Yeah.
his fixed mindset stopped him from trying because he believed he just wasn't a language person.
And the opposite, number 4, growth mindset.
Growth mindset. This is the belief that you can improve your abilities through effort and practice.
So even when it's hard, I maintain a growth mindset because I know practice will make me better.
Exactly. Number 5, negative self-talk.
Negative self-talk, that's the voice of the inner critic, all those destructive things you say to yourself.
So you have to replace negative self-talk with more positive or even just neutral thoughts.
Great advice. Number 6, hesitated.
Hesitated. It's the past tense of hesitate. It means you paused or were reluctant to do something, usually because of fear or uncertainty.
Like in my story, I hesitated for a week before I finally made that phone call.
And our last one, number 7, rub off on you.
Ah, to rub off on you, this is a great phrase. It means that a person's habits or attitudes start to affect you just by being around them.
So spend time with motivated people and their positive energy will start to rub off on you.
I love that one. Okay, those are 7 really useful terms.
So let's bring this all together. What is the one tiny actionable thing our listener can do right now?
I think it's this. Stop waiting. You have more control than you think. Take one tiny, almost imperceptible action right now.
Yes. Maybe it's pausing this deep dive and saying one affirmation out loud. I am becoming a better communicator every day.
Or maybe you apply the 1% rule. Open that book you've been avoiding and just read one paragraph. That's it. You've won the day.
Or, if your environment is the problem, mute one negative account on social media. Just one.
Win the day. Don't worry about winning the year.
Okay, let's do a super quick recap of the 5 tips.
Let's do it. Tip 1, the 1% rule. Focus on compounding effort.
Tip 2, the focus finder. Train your mindset muscle. Look for progress, not problems.
Tip 3, done is better than perfect. Take imperfect action.
Tip 4, the 5 people effect. Choose your environment carefully.
And tip 5, choose today. Start your momentum right now.
And remember, this kind of progress is slow. You won't always see the change from day to day. It can feel invisible.
But you have to trust the process, trust the math. Every tiny step you take today is building a huge transformation that you'll see in a few months or in a year.
You're building a new identity 1% at a time.
So don't dismiss the small things. They're the most powerful things of all.
And that leads to our question for you. We would love to hear from you in the comments. What is one small change, your 1% goal, that you are going to start today?
Yeah, tell us your momentum starter. We love hearing your goals and we want to celebrate with you.
You didn't waste your time today, you invested it. And that investment will pay off.
Be kind to yourself, be consistent, and we will talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.